The old oak tree stood sentinel over the village square, its gnarled branches reaching towards the sky like gnarled fingers. Beneath its shade, elders gathered, their faces etched with the wisdom of 1,000 sunsets. Among them sat Elder Onya, her eyes twinkling with mischief, her voice a gentle murmur that carried across the square. Consistency, she began, is the invisible thread that weaves the tapestry of our lives. It's not the grand gestures, the earth-shattering pronouncements, that shape us. It's the small, seemingly insignificant actions, repeated day after day, that create lasting change. The elders listened intently. Elder Onya, with a twinkle in her eye, continued, think of the river. It doesn't roar and thunder its way to the ocean. It meanders, patiently, persistently, carving a path through the rocks, one drop at a time. That, my friends, is the power of consistency. She paused, allowing the wisdom to settle. When I was young, she reminisced, I yearned to learn the art of pottery. The master potter, a gruff old man named Silas, observed my eagerness. Patience, child, he'd say, is the potter's clay. He showed me how to knead the clay, not once, but 100 times, until it became supple and pliable. He taught me to shape the vessel slowly, carefully, not to rush the process. Elder Onya smiled. It was frustrating at first. My hands would ache, my patience would wane. But Silas would watch me, his eyes twinkling with encouragement. Consistency, Onya, he'd say, consistency is the key. Each stroke, each turn, adds to the beauty of the pot. And so, I persevered. Day after day, I would sit with Silas, learning the nuances of the craft. I learned to appreciate the quiet rhythm of the potter's wheel, the satisfaction of shaping something beautiful from a lump of clay. And slowly, gradually, my hands began to create vessels of grace and elegance. Elder Onya looked around at her fellow elders, their faces reflecting a mixture of contemplation and understanding. Consistency applies to all aspects of life, she continued. Whether it's cultivating a garden, nurturing a relationship, or pursuing a lifelong dream, it's the small, consistent efforts that bear the most fruit. The farmer who tends his fields diligently, day in and day out, will reap a bountiful harvest. The musician who practices diligently, honing their craft, will eventually compose beautiful music. The scholar who reads and learns consistently will expand their knowledge and wisdom. Life, my friends, she concluded, is a marathon, not a sprint. It's about finding joy in the journey, in the small victories, in the consistent effort. It's about appreciating the beauty of the process, the satisfaction of knowing that each small step, each mindful action, is leading you closer to your goals. The elders sat in silence for a moment, pondering Elder Onya's words. A young boy, sitting at the edge of the square, spoke up. But Elder Onya, he asked, what if I lose motivation? What if I feel like giving up? Elder Onya smiled. That is a natural part of the journey, my child. Doubt and discouragement will inevitably arise. But remember, the key is to persevere. To find a way to reignite your passion, to reconnect with your purpose. To remember why you started in the first place. And remember, she added, that consistency is not about perfection. It's about showing up, day after day, even when it's difficult. It's about making small, consistent choices that align with your values and your goals. It's about honoring the journey, not just the destination. As the sun began to set, casting long shadows across the square, the elders sat in quiet contemplation, the wisdom of Elder Onya's words resonating deeply within them. They understood that true success, true fulfillment, was not about achieving greatness overnight, but about cultivating a consistent effort, a steady rhythm, a life lived with intention and grace. The old oak tree, a silent witness to their conversation, seemed to sway gently in agreement, its branches whispering a reminder of the enduring power of consistency.